Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. So don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Ooh. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody else make me feel like. Oh yeah. Nobody else make me feel like. Oh yeah. Don't nobody else make me feel like.
Good morning. What's today? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday. About 10 minutes out from the open here. Whoops, let's get the chart up. Hopefully everybody's doing well. It's been a pretty boring week. Yeah, pretty boring week so far for me, guys. Not even really a boring week, not even a good week for me. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm down on the week. Yesterday was a little 0-2 day. Took an Asian session trade. Actually, it was like a 0-3. There was like a 1 break even, so it's not really a win, not really a loss. But yeah, yesterday I took an Asian session trade. Didn't really work out. Rushed into a trade before a meeting right after the open, which was kind of stupid. Forced it a little bit. That was a loss. That was probably my biggest mistake yesterday. Aside from taking a trade that actually printed off the maybe pro indicator, and then just not closing it when it did kind of move up and give me the chance to exit flat on the day. So yeah, not a fantastic week so far. Been pretty choppy, been pretty annoying. Again, as we can see here, not too much actually happening outside of that crazy Trump candle from the announcement that that 5-day little pause, or Trump claiming victory, however you want to frame it. Right, we'll have to see how that develops over the rest of the week here. But yeah, really nothing has happened since then. We'll see if we get anything today. There's some interesting POIs I think we could play today that have kind of developed over time. Again, the biggest thing I want to kind of just throw out there. Like, and I kind of already posted this on X, and we talked about it a little bit in the Discord, but, you know, with the type of week that we had, or at the beginning of the week that we had with this candle, this kind of does throw a big wrench into the week. It makes it very hard to trade for numerous reasons. One, volatility is kicked up, so every candle is a little bit larger in terms of its point movement than it normally would be. And then two, you also have what's kind of considered like a clear book, a thin book. The book has to kind of deal with this moving 1,000 points, right, as it plays between these two areas. This wipes out all the orders inside of here, and over time the market will then, you know, create its areas of resistance and support and liquidity and all that fun stuff. So again, as we're moving into Wednesday here, we're hoping that a little bit more of that has kind of went on, where the book is a little bit more balanced now, liquidity actually kind of makes sense, and we're kind of not just depending on new participants to come in. With that being said, some stuff I'm looking for today. I mean, we have some very clear highs on NQ. We also have some very clear lows on NQ. So, again, today's going to be relatively simple, right? Really just looking to see if we get to play from either side here. Now, we do have an OB that's already kind of called out here on the 15-minute. Again, do some people like this? Maybe. I don't like the fact that this, again, is just kind of building up liquidity up here. So, you know, you guys know my opinion on this is we just ignore it. You know, we'll leave it there. It's cool if it wants to run a TP, and, you know, it's all cool for a screenshot or whatever, but I probably wouldn't play this. A little bit too wide of a candle for me, especially pre-open. And then again, you just have this resting liquidity up above here. So we'll see how we come out today. Again, you can maybe make some arguments that you're taking like lower time frame liquidity inside of here. Again, without taking 24,319 or taking 24,550, I doubt I play. I do have a neutral bias on the market. I'm willing to take buys, I'm willing to take sells. Obviously, in the long term, you know, we're still looking for us to push below 23,650 would be cool. But I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, we want to grab some higher time frame liquidity before doing that. I think one thing that we've been eyeing for some time now is this 15-minute lone candle over here, which we almost tested into with Monday's price action. So again, I can be open to playing up into this still. Again, I would be most interested in doing that. Oh, wow, my favorite spar went away. I'd be most interested in doing that from like down here. And I just think that's cleanest. If I don't get to play that way, will I play from up here back down? Yeah, potentially. It depends if these lows are still here. Depends on a few things. The time of the day that we push up there, so on and so forth. So yeah, we're gonna just see how we open here in a moment or two. I'm gonna bring up some of the other indicators here as well, just to kind of show us again the low of day by these equal lows, the high of day again sitting up at this liquidity. So no new information there. Again, that 15-minute lone candle sitting up here, which is nice. Some in-range 5-minute lone candles here. Again, don't really care much for that stuff. Do I have 3-minute turned off? I do. Again, so we have some nice 3-minute candles sitting outside of the range as well. Here and here. So yeah, we'll see what we get, man. Again, there's really not too much else I have to say about that. ES is a little different in the sense this is already played into that lone candle. Again, not too much different from the intraday perspective, though. Again, you have the highs at the high of day, you have the lows at the low of day. You have the 3-minute lone candle above, nothing really below, which is kind of interesting. This is a little bit more interesting. This is still not below the range. There is that 5-minute absorption here. So yeah, we'll see what we get. Again, we're very range bound, guys. So it's possible I don't pull triggers today. But if we move outside of this, I'll be very interested. Take a quick look at gold as well, since we're still post-open. It's got really slippy below this. Huh? That's a whole $300. Yeah, we've talked about gold a bunch of times. I'm gonna just hide this levels on this time frame, but we've talked about this a bunch of times, and like, I really just don't think the macro has a lot in store for gold. Again, we talked about it slipping below this wick. This is a pretty intense move. But I do think this stays more range bound, so I would probably favor buying. And I just don't really expect this to, again, hold above the highs. I don't really expect it to hold below the lows. Again, this is a wide range. There's a lot of movement inside of here that you can capture. Yeah, there's some active absorption on this, which is interesting. It would have been nice if we took out this lone candle. Kind of took out all the pre-market lows. And you wicked this other alert stop, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, this is not really playable at this point because you're already past the entry, but again, I would prefer to probably be on the buying side of gold. At least back up into some of this. Which is not really a lone candle, but y'all get the idea. Alright, let's see how these opened real quick. It could be interesting if this morning doesn't hold the open and we still go for these lows off that 15-minute OB. Especially for those of you guys that like to enter in what would have been like this old inefficiency. Again, the entry down here is something I wouldn't take based off risk to reward, but if you did like that OB, you could scale in here. Again, my biggest problem with this though is that you're not swiping any highs with this. I guess you can argue that you swiped here, but oops. But that's not enough for me, personally. Midweek, I'm not trying to get impatient. A lot of opportunities. That's what I'm saying. I think patience is our biggest virtue this week. We really just have to get past. Again, we really just have to get past whatever this was. Again, we just have to hit. Like, I would even prefer. Like, honestly, if I was really like, unless something really nice prints above or below these lows, I'm really just waiting on this. Like, I really just want to play away from this 15-minute lone candle. That's all I really have on my my execution schedule, especially for personal funds. I'll play like prop firms, either funded or evals from inside of here. For like personal funds, if I was really trying to be super picky with my POIs, I wouldn't even be playing until 24,800 gets taken. Either that or like maybe if I wanted to play into it from down here, maybe. But I think I'd be more comfortable not taking that on personal funds. There's nothing wrong with being patient this week, guys. You don't have to rush into stuff. All right, regardless of what the gurus on X or on YouTube that are shilling you prop firm codes will tell you that you have to trade every day. Yeah, just trade every day. Just, oh yeah, there's a 1 minute trade every day. Just, you know, it's like, yeah, you could do that. Or you could have rules in place that keep you more disciplined than that. Speaking of which, though, you might get some absorption prints here if we close below here. Again, just because you have the open volume that you're fading from. So if you really do like that 15-minute trade, which again I do not, even the RR is not here, not in our favor at 1.94. It's not worth it. Alright, let me do a quick little headline check here after the open, see if we have anything worth talking about. Not really seeing any headlines worth mentioning here. Actually, can I bring that up for you guys? Hold on, let me see. No, I messed with that scene. Never mind. My bad, guys. There's really not too much in the headline area to talk about. I mean, Trump's receiving some briefings of the most successful Iranian attacks. It's pretty quiet. Bunch of non-related overseas headlines. Yeah, these are the days I hate streaming. I really do think it's gonna be a dud day for us on stream. Let's see if NQ wants to go for these highs and print anything up there for us. That's gonna be probably our best shot at trading today. This would be like the only lone candle that we see. Let's see, does this pick that up? This doesn't pick that up. I'm gonna just draw that out and see where that's at. Okay. Yeah, man, I mean, we'll see if we get anything above these highs. I'm gonna just wait. Be patient with the market. If y'all have questions, comments, concerns, drop them in chat. If not, I'm gonna chill for a sec. Bump up the music a little bit for you guys, too. skip that song too. ES pushing above those highs. Alright, yeah, currently ES pushing above those highs. NQ still trying. We might have to see if ES prints here instead of NQ. NQ may not give us what we're looking for. A little bit of divergence between the two as well. I, in particular, don't care for that usually. I know some people like the divergence between them sometimes. Keeping in mind, I mean, is market really up? This has been glitchy, I think. 300 points since a rollover, is that right? No, it's only 78 points since the open. I was just saying it rallied, Drew. I was just saying this is up 300. That can't be right. That can't be right. Idiot. Yeah, am I dumb? What's going on here? Why does it say this is up 3? I was gonna say we shouldn't even be trading if we're up 200 points on the day already, but we're not up 200 points on the day. Is this shit glitched? What's wrong with this? I don't even know. I don't know. We're only up 80 points on the day, so I'm willing to trade today. If we were truly up 300, I would, you guys know my rule for the day is, unless we're pushing a really nice 4-hour zone, we don't look to try to fade that. But we're only up like 80, 90 on the day. I'm not sure why this says 300. I'm curious. Actually, I don't like that because I use that in the morning to gauge. Is it counting from 4 p.m.? Are we up 300? I can't even see that. Yeah, 280. Yeah, it's counting from 4 p.m. Why is it counting from 4 p.m.? I swear it never used to do that. Yes, are you printing something, baby girl? They're still range bound. Nothing printed yet. We might get something here on ES. We could get an OB. Volume a little low though. I don't know if that volume's gonna make it. We might have a no trade day if this doesn't print here and this just falls. That's gonna be annoying. But we have this. Excuse me. This stick to our rules here. We might get some absorption here on the 5-minute for MNQ. We're not gonna get it on NQ though, unfortunately, based off the way it's written. Same thing with the micro ES and ES. Oh man, we might get a print. This is gonna be ugly as shit though. Again, the risk to reward's just not here for me. We would need this to sync to like previous day lows for this to make sense for me. And I'm not even saying that we can't do that. We could. We absolutely could. Oh, we didn't print anyway. ES didn't give us the volume. MES printed though. NQ didn't print? I mean, ES also grabbed the high. I'm gonna share this again. I'm publicly saying I'm not taking this. So I don't care if this works or if it doesn't work. But if you were gonna take this, you got a nice sweep of, again, previous day highs, which is what we wanted on NQ if we didn't get. Again, you could target low a day, but you're really gonna need this 15-minute lone candle down here to print for you. So again, if this is an absorption that you like, again, I'm gonna sit this out because I just don't have everything that I want out of the day. But I expect this is the only thing that the strategy is gonna print today. So again, you know, I'm not in it. You guys are free to make your own choices. I might regret not taking this, but that's okay. I'd rather be flat on the day with regret of missing a trade than, I think, executing on this. Yeah, no print on NQ. It only lives on that micro ES. Let's see if the Dow printed anything real quick. Yeah, see that the Dow has opposite side prints, got absorption from the pre-market, absorption from the open, same thing on the micro. Again, I would probably rather play sell side, so it's not a bad setup. I'm gonna just sit out because I don't like the fact it only printed on the micro ES, and I primarily trade NQ. But it's there if y'all want it. Again, I'm not in control of y'all. And usually the trades I don't work out the best, so you're welcome in advance. One quick, I want to just save this for... I would say if you really don't trust this too, you could probably tighten it up to the recent candle. Again, I don't think it doesn't save you enough for me to care to switch. Usually I want to save at least 30%. You could try running the close, but if you get a choppy day, then you know you're gonna get hit out of that. Oh yeah, Josh. I know for sure, bro. It's like the ones I don't take are always the smoothest. And again, like you can prime example, right? This is immediately moving from entry, so I'm gonna regret not taking it, but it is what it is at this point. I'm not gonna chase it. Let's see if we can tweet out that 65-90 level though. Alright, now that I put it out on X, it's definitely not gonna work. This is gonna eat. This is gonna eat without me. NQ, why couldn't you just help a brother out, bro? Yeah, of course. Like I said, because I didn't take it, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be the smoothest trade. I'm gonna just watch this and drink my coffee, man. Anytime I try to trade ES over NQ, I get fucking wrecked. And of course, the day I don't take it is the day she going wrong. I promise you, though, if I executed, it would have sat here and did nothing. And 15 points to the face already so far. Almost up a 1-1. Again, this should begin to start to if we're gonna have a good day. If we're gonna have a good day, you should begin to start to accelerate as you break these lows, which I know isn't groundbreaking information. You guys know that, especially filling in a lot of this inefficiency imbalance. Again, down into this 15-minute lone candle, which the levels indicator is picking up. So again, down into that, down into the previous day low. I would protect yourself at low of day. Again, the break-even level is right there, so it's like as we pierce that low of day, the break-even level is gonna come into play there. Yeah, I mean, Josh, it's just the game, bro. I mean, it's the variables, right, that very few people talk about. Again, I'm primarily an NQ trader, right? So it's like if you look at my trading history, like I'm probably 95% NQ, 5% ES. And the times that I do take ES, it's usually I don't even know why I even traded sometimes, honestly. But I would say it's usually because either one, I feel like I've already missed NQ because ES is a little less volatile. I could hop in, or situations like this where ES printed and NQ didn't, and I'm trying to stick to, you know, the coded logic. So I'm usually a little bit wary about it myself. Again, we'll see if this trade works out. It's working out so far. You know, again, if I was personally managing this, you know, depending on how much I could save by reducing my stop on something like this, I probably would. So again, like the difference between 6686 being a 20-point stop and like 6676 being an 11-point stop, you're saving like 45%, 50% on your stop loss. So again, like turning a $250 potential, losing trade into 125, 140 at its worst if it gets slipped a little. Again, it's usually a good decision, right, as it moves into these lower days. So again, if this is something that you guys are in, again, I would look for any reason to begin to reduce my risk. Could you go break even on something like this? You could. Again, I would like the break of the lower day into the break even level before that. Typically, I wanted to move, 1.5 R away from my entry before one break even. Or you get some sort of retest, like, maybe this comes back up, but then breaks lower. As we break lower, then you can remove that risk because you already got one retest into the entry. So it's either which one comes first, right? Do we get a bounce and then a break back below, break even, or do we just smoothly break down and then at that point it's like, okay, well, we don't want it to come back now. At least with risk. Just hold on, let me just see. Is this accurate? Yeah, NQ now breaking down a little bit faster than ES, mostly because again it didn't break those highs. Would have really liked something to print up there for me on NQ. Again, like we talked about, the 15-minute OB is still kind of holding. I turned off pre-market stuff here. Let me turn that back on real quick. So, again, something like this, maybe you do snag a better entry at some points. Again, that's the only which way you would play this. Again, for those of you that know why this forms, again, maybe you play the retest into the actual candle that we erased, which is why this gets called out. So it's like maybe you play that retest into it, or you play after that retest into it, So again, some opinions there. Stuff I typically won't do on my personal account, but I will do on, evals and funded accounts. Oh, this was MEN. Yeah, we're gonna monitor this a little bit into 10 a.m. See if we break the lower day for people to remove risk if they did take it. It's possible what we're forming right now is as well intraday lone candle. So if this does close bullish like this, then we begin to erase this. This will get marked as an intraday lone candle, which will be good for one of two things. Either one, trailing your stop to, right, as you break lower day. If you want to trail, you can trail behind the lone candles. Or again, just using it as a POI for into tomorrow or whatever else may come from that. Yeah, Wally, you and me are waiting, bro. We flat, man. Flat and happy about it. Maybe not happy, but again, it's also possible we still get the flip side of what we want. Again, NQ left a lot of liquidity behind. I mean, ES grabbed it. I don't see why we couldn't come back and grab it one more time. So there are some possibilities that maybe, again, this does extend down. We get Prince down there to play back up. It's a possibility. I gotta say, it's not high on my list of what I want now based off what ES is doing, but keep it in the back of our heads. Might get a ping pong on ES? Yeah, maybe. Oh, no. Starting to break down below that low a day now. We're trying to, anyway. Yeah, I knew I was gonna regret not putting some risk on this, man. It's all good. It's all good. It's the emotions will run. They'll run high for a little bit while on stream, and then I'll get off and go do go do something else, and I won't care about it. But it does suck seeing this move into low a day now, especially with no drawdown, no waiting. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It could call both. Let's refrain from using that name though, if you don't mind. Let's not get me in any sort of trouble here. Yep, and there's the breakdown. Alright, yeah, so ES now printing fresh low of days. At this point, you could probably go break even. Again, the break even level is right there. Do you have to be so perfect with it? No. Again, you have structural reason to go break even at this point, making fresh low of days. If this turns around, you don't want to be in it. So, again, whether you wait for that or not is up to you. What your boy's going to tell you, again, that's just a RR coded level. And the logical thing to do would be to go to break even now. So, if you are in this based off your own free will, then do what you see needs to be done. This is also taking this at the open of the 10 a.m. candle, so keep that in mind as well. No new low of day yet on NQ. We'll see if we get that here in a couple minutes as well. The Dow did also print low of day. See if we get ping pong now after 10 a.m. Swear to God, NQ, if you don't break lower and you give us this in-range day, I'm gonna be so mad, dude. you didn't have to delete the message. I appreciate that. You didn't have to delete it. It's just that I know there's snakes in the grass that watch me. The same people who thought it was funny to screenshot some of my stories and send it to people, you know, because they have nothing better to do with their life and they're still struggling in trading. Maybe in 11 months, I'll be able to speak my full piece. Yeah, there's snakes everywhere, bro. Snakes everywhere. Just gotta be careful. Yeah, it is crazy. It's crazy, but it's also free. It's crazy, but it's also free. The thing is, I'm not even, I don't even care. I just find it funny that people were like that. But the internet never fails to amaze me, so. Yeah, there's snakes in the grass. I had to go through my whole Instagram following, and I literally had to block a bunch of people that I assume it is. So sorry to those people. But I'm like 95% sure I know who it is. Alright, let's see if NQ could actually take these lows. I mean, ES still kind of chilling. Again, possible that we're forming lone candles still. I know I said that before, but it only takes one bullish candle and then a continuation down to form that. So we don't have any other bullish closes here. Also, I know Wally doesn't want it, but I'm probably going to push out this, the code for the levels indicator out to you guys, probably shortly after the stream. I was going to do it the other day, but we had a bug in it where it was showing unconfirmed lone candles. That's why I had to do a couple of days of testing just in real market, because it was like, show me this 15-minute lone candle, but if you go to the 15-minute chart, like the candles that would confirm it weren't closed yet. So little bugs like that. I think we got most of it filtered out. You know, there's a bunch of stuff in here that I don't even use, like previous week high, previous week low, like new week open. I don't care for that. Some of you guys might though. And then you guys can turn this stuff on and off as you need. You can even just hide the ones off other time frames if you feel like that shit is oh, that setting don't work. Look at that. Hide. Oh, it only hides the taken ones. I'll add a setting to unhide them all. Alright, oh boy, we got a print here on ES, huh? Oh, joys. Oh, they switched to System of a Down. Why did we switch to System of a Down? What the hell? This playlist is cooked, boys. Alright, we did get a print here, little bit of a ESOB print. Your my MA length does look different. It's because I was testing other stuff. We do get the 5-minute OB on ES. NQ still didn't take the low though, dude. Yeah, it's a tough situation to be in. I mean, now you have a print against you. It's like, what do you do? Do you hold that? Do you hold the sell? Do you accept the ping pong day, take the profits, walk away? For me, in this type of situation, just to walk you guys through, like, my thinking, I probably would just hold on to my sells. Right, I wouldn't reverse my position. Some people would be open to reversing their. I'm not a big fan of reversing my position, especially if I took my entry after the open. If I was in a pre-market trade and then something formed against me post-open, that's a different consideration. But if I'm already in a post-open trade like this, I'm gonna just hold my sell. Again, the risk is that I just make nothing, which is an okay risk with me. If I reverse, there's a chance I turn my somewhat winning day into either break-even / losing. It depends, because I mean, it could be break-even depending on where the stop loss is. It could also be a loss depending on where the stop loss is. So you'd have to find that balance. The thing is, though, if you reverse and it just continues, you're gonna be pissed, right? That would annoy me to my core, right? If I had reversed my sell, I was like, oh, an OB for him. I'm gonna reverse my sell and buy, and then this OB hits that stop loss. That's twice as worse as it just hitting you at break even here. So you hitting me at break even here puts me at nothing. If this hits me and puts me at break even, yeah, okay, the result is the same, but without that action, I would have also been profiting from that move. So I factor in those missed profits into my decision making of what I want to do. I would rather just lose these profits than to reverse this, and then if it continues, miss out on that. I don't want to flip flop on my decision making. So that's how I would handle this. I would just hold my sell. I would ignore the buying side. Maybe I would make some adjustments. Maybe I would try to lock something in, or maybe partial out and then hold the rest at break even. But I probably wouldn't reverse. That's just, again, my opinion about it. So I would just ignore this. If I wasn't in a position, again, you could maybe consider the buy. But for the same reason I'm not in this sell, the same reason I'm not going to get in that buy is like NQ didn't take its lows. Right? I would have wanted NQ to take the highs or take the lows. So for that same reason, I'm not going to take this buy. Like, it's, But for those of you that are curious what I would do in this situation if I was in the sells, I'd just chill at break even, and then that's that, man. I'm not going to complicate my trading by trying to reverse and go against myself. That is emotional decision making to me. I'm not sure what part you're referencing, but I'm gonna just agree with you. I think I'm gonna wrap my day up here, though. This is like still tight in a range. For those of you guys in the Discord, you guys know if something happens above or below these lows, I'll alert you if I look to take it. We just got an absorption print on NQ again, though. I'm not gonna take this. I would have preferred to play from the lower day. So just gonna put that out there. I am uninterested inside this chop. I don't want to get caught up in more chop. I'm already having a bad week, right? I already did this yesterday where I got caught up in chop. I'm not doing it again today. So again, if we play on other sides of these ranges, pre 130, maybe I'll take something. I'll update you guys. If not, you guys know I will be paying attention to this stuff during Asian session as well. Asian session has not been kind to me. I'm gonna just be clear on it. Again, we took a trade yesterday, Asian session. It didn't work for me. Asian session is big hit or miss. Sometimes the volatility is there, sometimes it's not. But I will be paying attention if we're up in these zones, either which way. And if I'll just reduce my risk if I have to. So yeah, I'm flat. I'm not taking anything. Again, you have multiple prints on multiple things that I just think are not A+ setups. They're all B at best. Right? We'll just give them a B at best. So yeah, fam, if there's any other questions, comments, concerns, let me know in chat. I'm gonna just do a quick news headline review real quick before we end, just to see if there's anything new. But again, Trump, I think, really, fucked the week early on with his little announcement there. And I'm sure if you get on social media, you'll have some FOMO about somebody, we should have just sold the liquidity grab and then took profits on the liquidity grab. It's like, okay. No new headlines, boys. I'll check chat one or two more times, give you all a moment. If not, I hope y'all enjoy your day. And I'll see y'all probably on tomorrow's stream, if not in the Discord. Wow, the market is throwing signals today. Yeah, none of which I like, though. So I'm gonna step away before it gives me, before I get tempted into some bullshit. But appreciate y'all. It's your boy Skag. I'm out of here. I just realized I don't have an end session screen, so enjoy the starting soon screen. Also, Stefan, I see you in chat, brother. Yeah, if you need a car and you're in upstate New York, hit up my boy. Appreciate you being on, brother.